¿Qué tipo de vacaciones les gusta a ustedes? ¿Les gustan las vacaciones en la playa? ¿Les gusta hacer camping en las montañas? ¿O les gustan las atracciones turísticas de las ciudades grandes? A mí me gustan todos, pero prefiero la tranquilidad de las montañas. ¿Qué tipo de vacaciones te gusta a ti? You have seen, heard, and perhaps even used the verb gustar many times already. But did you know that the literal meaning of gustar is not to like? It means to be pleasing. But in English we express this idea with to like. Because gustar means to be pleasing, the structure of sentences with gustar is very different from to like. Compare the Spanish gustar and English to like structures. Me gustan los barcos. Other common verbs in Spanish that use the same structure as gustar include encantar, to love something, molestar, to bother, and interesar, to interest. Although structure of sentences with gustar is different from its English equivalent, some basic rules should make using gustar easier for you. First, gustar is always accompanied by an indirect object pronoun. Second, the verb itself will agree with the grammatical subject, not with the person being pleased. Note that in the example, the third-person plural form of gustar agrees with los barcos, not with me. In fact, you will mostly use the third-person singular or plural, gusta or gustan, because we generally talk about things or activities we like. Note that the singular form is used to talk about activities. In other words, when gustar is followed by an infinitive, use gusta. A mis amigos les gusta esa tienda. A Juan no le gusta viajar por tren. ¿Te gustan los vuelos largos? A mis abuelos les gustan los aviones. A third rule to remember is to use the personal a before the indirect object noun if it is included in the sentence. Finally, even when an indirect object noun is included, the indirect object pronoun must also be used. Está bien, vamos a practicar. Let's practice. You will see and hear a sentence with gustar. Repeat the sentence replacing the original subject with each new subject that is provided, changing the form of gustar as necessary. If there is no in the cue, form a negative sentence. Me gusta el chocolate. Número 1. La música jazz. Did you say, me gusta la música jazz? Excelente. Número 2. Las vacaciones. Was your answer, me gustan las vacaciones? Perfecto. Número 3. Ir a las fiestas. Did you say, me gusta ir a las fiestas? Muy bien. Número 4. No, las clases este semestre. Did you say, no me gustan las clases este semestre? Fantástico. Número 5. No, viajar por barco. Was your answer, no me gusta viajar por barco? Magnífico. Now let's try one more thing. You'll see and hear a cue, for example, a ti, las vacaciones. Based on the cue, form a sentence with gustar. For example, a ti te gustan las vacaciones. Remember to form negative sentences if you see no in the cue. For example, a ti, no, las vacaciones would be a ti no te gustan las vacaciones. Número 1. A usted, no, demoras. Was your answer, ¿a usted no le gustan las demoras? Perfecto. Número 2. A Miguel, cruceros. Was your answer, ¿a Miguel le gustan los cruceros? Excelente. Número 3. A Irma y Yolanda, La playa. Was your answer a Irma y Yolanda les gusta la playa? Fantástico. Número 4. A mis hermanos, nadar en el mar. Was your answer a mis hermanos les gusta nadar en el mar? Maravilloso. Número 5. A mí, sacar fotos. Was your answer a mí me gusta sacar fotos? Muy bien. ¿Te gustan estas explicaciones? Remember that gustar means to be pleasing and is always accompanied by an indirect object pronoun. With those 2 bits of information, you should be able to avoid the common mistakes associated with using gustar. Hasta pronto!